So in this video of drawing and breaking down dynamic poses from Pinterest, I chose two more poses, and these two poses are a couple of jumping poses. One for jumping with the legs spread out, and then the other one is kind of like a guy doing kind of like a little backflip in the air. So for these two poses, I chose to do them differently, the same way I've done with I think the last couple of videos where I'm using more of the box shapes to kind of show the pose more of how, the body parts relate to each other in 3D space. So this time I'll be drawing a lot of boxes. So like the boxes for the head, boxes for the chest, and things like that. So right now I did the box for the head to show how the head is angled up a little bit. And I'm drawing the box for the chest because the chest is, even though it's going down, it's kind of up at an angle a little bit from based on the perspective you're looking at. So I'm kind of just trying to show that way when you're, following along or drawing these boxes, you'll know how to draw the boxes in 3D space. So right now I'm adding in the waist. It's also a box. And sometimes I can use, for the waist, I'll use the box. Well, I'm using the box, for this particular lesson, but typically I'll use the box for the chest, and I'll make like a circle for the waist, only because the waist is a little more organic. I'm just adding in a lot of curves and things like that, but I always do the box a little bit, or the majority of the time, from when I'm doing the chest. So I'm doing the same method with the legs, the cylinders for the top half of the leg and the bottom. Trying to rough out the shape, find all the lines for it. Drawing the other leg. I haven't really drawn the feet in yet. I'm just getting the general idea of where the leg placement is. That way I can kind of know the distance for where I'm drawing in or adding in the other body parts. I'm adding in the feet or foot. So I'm just adding in I was adding a lot of just a few muscle parts, and I didn't draw the toes. I just kind of did a little block of what the shape would be. Not really trying to define a lot of things. Usually with the feet and everything else, I'm just finding big shapes. Only time I'm really adding in and detailing a certain thing, well, not really detailing, but adding in a lot more of the shapes of will be the hand, the fingers, and things like that. But feet, I'll just throw it in, unless I'm focusing on drawing feet. Like if I'm trying to draw a pose where I want to know how the feet placement is, then I'll just draw the feet out the way I would draw in perspective, the same way I'm doing the chest or the waist and things like that. So I'm adding the fingers because the hand is going down. The wrist is kind of twisted to the side a little bit. Adding another arm, a cylinder for the bicep, a cylinder for the forearm. Adding in the hand is kind of balled up, not really balled up, but just the fingers are inside a little bit. Right, I'm just darkening up some of the areas. And this pose is basically done. I'm just going across and just darkening some of the areas. That way I can kind of see a little bit more. And at this point, I'll just erase it lightly and start adding in details. So I'm just darkening up a little bit. That way I won't get too confused of where the lines are. Just still warming my hands up before I get to the next pose. Now with this pose, I chose a guy. He's kind of like doing a backflip, or he could be either he's doing a backflip or he's diving off backwards or whatever. So I'm starting this off, drawing the body first. Start with the biggest shapes first. So I'm doing the body because when you're drawing it, I mean, you're adjusting it as you go. So when you start adding details, you can adjust the head as you go, things like that. So drawing the body first won't really harm the overall picture or pose you're trying to do. See, I did the chest first, and I'm drawing the neck. And I'm adding in the shape for the head. because the head is tilted. It's tilted up, but at an angle since he's because of the position that he's in. Now, typically when I'm adding details, especially when I draw the whole thing out and erase it and things like that, I would, the usual method that you see other artists do, where you take the paper or the page and flip it. That way you can draw it at that angle, because it's difficult to draw, especially the head, when the page is upside down. So usually I'll flip it, but only when I'm adding in the details to the head. Since this is only just a box shape, it's fairly easy to do. But if I'm adding details to it, I would likely erase it, then flip the page and start adding details to the face, and flip it back. So right now I'm adding in the cylinder for the leg, a circle for the knee, a cylinder for the calf muscle down the leg, adding in that foot. You can see you can kind of adjust the leg as you go. I think the leg is a little bit down, but it's an easy fix. You can go back and erase it and raise the calf muscle up a little bit. But it's all based on your preference, or you can leave it like that. I mean, it's whatever you want to do. It's your pose. I'm just drawing out the cylinder for the hand and just dropping in a little outline of where the hand will be, a little open hand. Even though you can't really see it too much because it's at an angle going, backwards in the image. So you have the arm going out past the foot, that little cylinder for the forearm. I'm adding in the hand, the thumb, adding in the palm. I'm just dropping the fingers. And I might start working on some larger paper, just because sometimes the figure will go off the side. And typically I would normally work on larger paper, but I just like to use this sketch pad because I like the feel of the sheets. Right now I'm just darkening all the lines. That's it for this pose. If you want to see any more videos like this, hit the like button, subscribe, comment for any other poses you want to see, and take care.